Hey, what's going on? Periscope, YouTube, what's going on? YouTube Live, Periscope, what's going on? Bomb Squad community, Keith B. Dixon, it's official. We are here in the full on entourage. I don't know. All this stuff. Anyway, we're here. I got a lot of stuff to show you tonight. So, there it is. How's the sound working out, you guys? That's the first thing. How's the sound working out? If the sound is cool, I want you to put in a Wi-Fi for me. If the sound is working good, you guys can hear me okay. Let me get a sound check. Sound check. Yep. There we go. Perfect. Fantastic. Welcome to the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone. My name is Keith B. Dixon. I'm a photographer, commercial photographer all day, every day. You guys, I specialize in corporate event photography, print on site, large group photos, on site executive portraits. That's kind of what I do to make the ends meet. And then I live stream and broadcast and do social media and speak and teach and just all that kind of stuff you see me do. I really do it, yes. So tonight we're going to be talking about that conundrum. I'm calling it a conundrum. I'm using this complicated, I don't know, I'm using this word conundrum. People say, you know, I don't really have a website. I can't really show my work. I'm going to show you an amazing product that was just released. The workflow is extraordinary on this product, and it is easy. And let me just stick the hook in you, stick the fork in you, so you can say, I'm done, Keith. I'm going to jump on this. The product is $9 a month. And you can do everything in single strokes, you guys. This is an amazing product. Anyway, I don't want to give it away. Anyway, my name is Keith B. Dixon again. Welcome to the Bomb Squad community. This is how we rock. 7/7/05 Pacific Standard Time, you guys. This is the photography-oriented technology as it relates to photography, how I use it, kind of scope, you know. And then in the morning, I do morning motivation for the creative, 7:30-35. I didn't come on this morning. Had to, you know, them jobs coming in, got to get them out. People on East Coast times and all that kind of stuff, you guys. So my apologies for this morning. Sometimes it gets last minute. I'll get on a phone call with a client and I can't say, oh, I got to stop and do morning motivation. They'll be like, what do you mean? We just paid you a ton of money. You got to put in this work. Let's go. So this is how we do it. And by the way, I am broadcasting on YouTube Live. I'm live streaming on YouTube, so if you're a YouTuber, you can watch me on your television. If you got Apple TV or Roku or any of those kind of things that allow you to watch YouTube, I'm there for you right now. And I am really trying to get better at my YouTube. But I got to admit, you guys, full disclosure, I haven't been trying that hard because I've been focused on my Instagram. But I am on YouTube, and it looks pretty good from what I can see on the computer screen. And I'm gonna get better at it, I promise you. So let me just give you some quick stats on the YouTube. I'm actually up on followers. Or subscribers as they call them. So my subscriber count is up to a whopping 75. I gotta love that. And the views are also reaching 3,000. So, I'm not gonna complain about that. That was way better than what I got before. So I don't know if live streaming is the way to go on this platform. You know, it's obviously about video and, all the complicated things they do with video. I don't know. I don't know if I have that much time to invest considering. Anyway, just that's something I'm going to be talking about. So let's do something traditional here. Names and locations, and then we're going to get this show on the road. Names and location. Looks like there's nobody on the YouTube channel right now, but I'm sure one of you guys will pop in. Danielle from Michigan, Marilyn from Missouri, Captain JJ all day, and Don Kirkpatrick. How are you? Michael from Maryland, what's going on? Martin from Cleveland, Cheryl from the Big D, what's up? Commander Amber all day, Karen from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, yes. Captain Antoinette, Barry, Glenn, what's going on? Anton, Daryl, David from Greensboro, you guys, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Captain Lamar. So look, I want to toss this out because I talked about it last night. And one of the things I'm thinking about doing to basically increase my numbers This is when I say increased numbers, I'm talking about viewership. So I'm looking at ways. I think we've reached a pinnacle. I mean, we're approaching 18 million hearts, and we just broke the 2,000 follower count, you guys. We just broke that count. I think within the last couple days. So there are now 2,000 people following on Periscope, and we're approaching 19 million hearts. So for me, that's kind of like a pinnacle. I'm going to switch things up a little bit and try a different type of broadcast. And here's what I'm thinking. I like this format right here, you guys, a lot. I really do, because I can show you a lot more. I think it's a lot more professional. And yes, it's a little departure from the organic scopes that we do and we see. But I think it just kind of works. It works well from, at least a quasi educational, informational. I'm going to say educational, informational standpoint. So what I'm thinking about doing is going on Saturdays and doing something like a 2.5 hour scope, maybe a 3-hour broadcast, you guys, of just straight content. What's your thoughts on that? Because I want to make sure that works. And I know that a lot of you can't watch on Saturdays, but a Saturday scope, approximately 3 hours, that'll allow you to fast forward, watch the replays, and I'm thinking that will get the replay viewership up, because and it makes it just, one day a week, and that way I don't tie you guys up during the weekday. What's your thoughts on that? I'm not sure on the time yet. I haven't figured out a time to watch live. We'll have to survey for that. 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so you guys throw out some times that you think would work the best, and I'll have to look at those and see. I like 11 and I like 10. I like those times, and I would broadcast from 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 1. So 11 to 1. Full-on broadcast. That would allow me to bring in guests, present information, all kinds of stuff. So what are you guys thinking? What's your thought process? And I hope you're loving, my new screensavers there. 10 p.m. Eastern, and then go works. I don't know if I could do Saturday nights. That might be difficult. I don't think my wife would like that too much. AMs would work good. Okay. You would be in church. So the ideal is, now let me throw this at you. If you miss that time slot, the ideal would be to watch the replay so that we can get replay views up. Saturday nights aren't going to work. Wedding ties me up on Saturdays. Lamar couldn't be there live. Okay, and then I know people go to church on Sundays, so we got to figure this out. I'm going to lose my ranking. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let me think this through and see what works the best. And you guys can always DM me and tweet out what you think would work in terms. And I want you to think about everybody. Well, everybody is you. Definitely have to catch the replay on Saturdays. Okay, now here's the alternative. I don't know if the alternative is any better. During the weekday, around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. During the replay, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, somewhere around there. I don't know. I don't know. We're kind of testing it out. So it would be Saturday, or I would do something like a 9 a.m. broadcast for, an hour or so. I don't know. And then here's my plan for YouTube. And then I would actually take that recording and put it on YouTube. So we would have a full-on edited broadcast on YouTube. So I'm trying to think of ways to make this a little bit more convenient. So we'll have to try this out. If not, we'll see. But I love change, you guys. I love change. And I love switching it up and trying new things, because after a while, the same old thing gets old, you guys. So keep that in mind. All right. Couple quick announcements that are coming up for you guys, so you guys will know. And you heard me talk about this yesterday. This is the High Five Conference right here. This is the High Five Conference, and I'll be speaking at this conference, you guys, in February. And it's 130 days out, so it's February 26th through the 28th, Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm excited about this. This is definitely the high level. Your peers are super professional speakers, and they're gonna, fill out the survey in great detail, make or break your career kind of thing. I'm exaggerating a little bit because I'm nervous about it, but this is the High Five right here. And as you can see, they don't have the speaker list out just yet in terms of the lineup. But this is the High Five, and it's where marketing and creative meet. So this is where all or a lot of the marketers in the Raleigh area, because it's a tech heavy or a new tech heavy. It's like the baby Silicon Valley, from what I understand. Here's our keynote speakers: Aaron, Amanda, Jack, Spike Jones, who is pretty good. Spike Jones is, I think, Fast Company. He was with Fast Company for a little bit, or I don't know if he's still with Fast Company, but Spike Jones is well known in just marketing in the industry. Will Reynolds. And as you can see, the prices are a little different, so they're not playing around. So you got to get in early. Full conference is still $645, and then if you register late, obviously you're going to pay. And here's just some photos of kind of what the High Five is all about. This is an arm to the American Marketing Association. That's why it's important for me, because, I'm a marketer. I consider myself a marketer, and just being asked to speak at this, although they ask you to speak, you still get vetted out. So it's no easy inroad to this. And just let me see who some of the sponsors are. Let's check it out. So there's a video on here. So they have Brand Fuel, Clean, Attendant, Jenkins. Those are their major sponsors basically in the South. And then there's other speakers as well. So this is I'm super excited about this. And I'm going to be one of the breakout speakers, you guys. Here's what it's about. I would definitely go in and read about this. So if you're looking to up your game in terms of your business, here's their selection team or their core team, and I got to tell you, there's some hard hitters on here, you guys. So just go through and look, and they make constant contact with all of their speakers pretty much on a weekly basis. So Evan Carroll, and then Stan Phelps. He's one of the co-founders. Stan is a worldwide speaker, great guy. He wrote the book Purple Goldfish. And then here's some of their creative or companies they're partnered with. So the Sheraton and all that kind of good stuff. And then, you guys, you guys know about Imaging USA. Whew. This is my platform class. It's on the 15th, 10 a.m. to 11:30, Delta Ballroom D, Level 2. And I got to tell you, let me see what else is going on around that time. So we've got the Art of Portraiture, Plan to Succeed in School. Joel Grimes is actually speaking around the same time that I am. So, and then the expo opens right about 10:30. So Julianne Koss, Joel Grimes. I mean, that's who I'm in the same speaking slot with. That's not so bad. Because sometimes when you have those big name speakers, you guys, that could be a challenge, because people sometimes want to, I want to see Joel Grimes, or I want to see so-and-so, and then nobody shows up to your class. But I think I'm going to pull an audience to all in itself. How many of you guys are actually going? Let me see a Wi-Fi if you're actually going to Imaging USA. Let me see a Wi-Fi. Dropping a Wi-Fi. I'm looking over here at the screen here. Sure, perfect. Yeah, you're gonna love it. I'm gonna say this is, compared to WPPI, this is a little hardcore. The people that are attending are just hardcore studio owners and people that are super serious. So definitely a really good conference to attend. And you guys can see where my speaking slot is. All right, there it is right there, you guys. Up next, we're going to be talking about, so I want to share something with you guys that's really important, and that is the F-Stop It Now daily that I have coming out. And as you know, I put out a daily. It's called F-Stop It Down, and you can find it at news.fstopitnow.com. I'm going to bring it up right now so you guys can see that. Here it is right here. And I curate this on a daily basis, literally 10:30, comes out 10:30 Pacific Standard Time every single day. Subscribership is pretty decent. It's not like spectacular. I mean, you got to really want to read this kind of news. Subscribership is pretty good, and there's some pretty interesting articles. And I'm pulling from Petapixel, which updates. They update on a daily basis, and they keep their news content really fresh. So they usually put all types of soulful articles, and the one that I didn't know was this one right here. This is the Treasury Secretary or something like that. This is their photographer. Didn't know it. He's been there 27 years, and he shot just all the photos. Commerce Secretary, something like that. Don't hold me to it. Charge it to my heart. I can't remember what it is, but that's their guy, and someone published a story on him. And then let me see what else was interesting. We're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Lightroom Classic CC. You guys, it just came out. We're going to talk about that because I think Lightroom is going to blow. They're going to hurt a lot of people who produce websites. They're going to put a hurting on them. I mean, this product is, the way it's designed, the workflow. I mean, they're Photoshop or Adobe is about to kill a game here. And I'm saying kill because some people, they're going to see a drop in their business in terms of just providing websites, you guys. Yes. How many of you guys actually have it? Let me see a Wi-Fi. And I'm not going to go into how to use it because I'll give you a resource for that, Terry White. He does full-on explanations of it. Plus, he works for Adobe. What a better person. Julianne Koss. You know, I don't have, but I'm gonna tell you why I think it's important, and I think that's what you're gonna get out of tonight. Why is it important? I'm gonna touch on that. So we're gonna talk about that. As far as the daily goes, let's see what else is. I saw an article down here in this. Oh, okay. Pro Advice, 15 social media experts. I saw this, kind of caught my eye because it said pro. And I wanted to take a look at this. I didn't read this article, you guys. I just saw the title early on when I was setting this up. And I was thinking, is this something, you know, to really talk about? I didn't know because sometimes it's just clickbait. I don't know that Pro Advice can really help everyone across the board, because Pro Advice could mean that I'm providing professional social media advice to people who run large companies. So you read this article and you realize, like, I'm not doing any of this kind of stuff. Like, this is crazy, right? Or it's just not reachable. So I get kind of leery when I see 15 social media experts, Pro Advice, on networking. You know, maybe they're networking with major corporations. That article is not going to apply to us. So it's a little slow loading for whatever reason. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time with that. Oh, here it is. Okay. So look at this. This just kills me when these ads pop up like this. Frustrating. So no thanks. I don't want to see that. These ads kill me, man. I mean, it's not like we, hey guys, look, we can see the ads on the side. Please stop with the pop-ups. That's like 1980s, right? Come on. I got to voice my frustrations. Hopefully somebody will hear me. Let's see what they're talking about. Social media marketing is no longer, wait a minute. Social media marketing is no longer evolving. It's exploding. Okay. Networking via these channels is extremely crucial. Marketing campaigns are developed Ongoing social means businesses must identify communities they wish to pursue and forge. Yeah, so far I agree with everything they're saying here. For new marketers, this can prove challenging. Absolutely. Companies don't want to shift resources into things that probably won't yield good results. And it takes a long time to build a community. Here's a list of 15 top marketers. I'm going to pick one out of the blue here. So let's see, what did Randy Fishkin say? In a recent social media conference, opened his keynote address with such words as the long-awaited dominance and bias of search results towards brands is here. Okay. Fishkin is telling the business they must focus on networks to build new brands. Okay, so that's right in line with what I would see as being significant. He's saying that what Fishkin is saying is they must focus on networks, okay? Instead of just the monologue that you tend to get from marketing online, and it is even live streams. If you look at a lot of live streams, the thing you're going to notice is it's mostly a monologue. Most people, and I jump on to a lot of other people's broadcasts, they don't even acknowledge me. I could put in 5 comments and they won't even acknowledge me. Now, if I'm not acknowledging, I'll at least say, hey, look, if I'm looking here, I can't see your comments. And then I'll go over and say, hey, what do you guys think? Now it becomes a dialogue. This is a dialogue type of broadcast. Morning motivation is more like a monologue. I'm getting on to inspire not only yourself, but myself. And that's the difference. The 7 o'clock broadcast is more community engaging, the Bomb Squad community, all that kind of stuff, the information you guys share in there, that's more of a community. And that's what Fishkin is saying here. In order to become a successful business, we're talking about business on large, you have to develop a community. So I have to agree with him on that. All right, so we just pick one out of the blue. Is this making sense? See, here's where it becomes a dialogue. Is this making sense for you guys? I want you to drop in a Wi-Fi for me. Now we got Joseph on the Facebook side or on the YouTube side. Thank you. I appreciate that, Joseph. So now I have one person watching on YouTube. You got to love it because it works. I got one good person, right? That's all I need. So drop in a Wi-Fi if this is making complete sense. This is something you can do. Now, you don't have to go out and develop a community if you're just a one-owner business. You can be a part of a community and become a contributor. It's the same thing. So you can become recognized in your community as a contributor, and that's something you can work out with the people who are actually running the community. So that's one way to increase your networking. So Randy Fishkin, number 5, says, develop community. I agree with him. All right. What else are we going to talk about? You guys know that we now have what's called the 90PT. And this is a new platform. I'm working on the content of the 90PT, and it is time consuming. I kid you not. It really is. It's going to, the new 90PT is going to release on Saturday. You'll get a link that'll go out automatically at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it will be, the information that you will be getting will be on the fundamentals of flash photography. And it's going to be chapter oriented, you guys. Chapter oriented. So they're going to be chapters because it's too much information to cover in one sitting. So the very first 90-minute PT video is going to cover everything you need to know about your flash, even guide numbers. Like, what are guide numbers, Keith? What the heck is a guide number? Why would I even use it? How do I use it? The angle of your flash, TTL, the origins of it, how, and here's what makes it different, because you can log on to any YouTube video and get that information. Oh, it is. Yeah. I know. I got to change that, Lamar. So I'll do that. No worries. Here's the deal. I'm actually going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about how I use it to create the images that I create. So why would I use TTL? How would I use TTL? I'm going to give you that practical sense of how to use TTL, how to use manual settings, how would you use guide numbers, And why would guide numbers be important? You guys, guide numbers are old school. So this is the 90PT. You can still sign up. It's real simple to sign up for this course. Let's see how this site works, you guys. And all you got to do is go to 90pt.keithbdixon.online. 90pt.keithbdixon. And I'm going to show you let's get the URL in here so you guys can see that. I'm going to bring it up on the screen right now. So there's the URL right there. If you can do a screenshot if you want, 90pt.keithbdixon.online. So there's the web address. And all you got to do here to really take advantage of this site, it's real simple. Watch this. Here it goes. It's just go right over here to all courses. Click on that, and it takes you to everything that's available. Now, if you buy the bundle, obviously, you got to buy something here because, you know, not everything is free. If you really want to invest in yourself, here's the bundle. Let me see. Wait, do we have the bundle in here? Let's do all programs. Yeah, there we go. So here's 90 minutes. Here's the bundle right here. So you can do this one or you can do a payment. There's two ways to do it. So you can pay in full because some people don't like payments. So here's view the bundle. And there's a brief introductory video. And basically this is everything you get. Now here's the beauty in this program. Each one of these will have add-ons. And you'll get links to them. So for instance, if you're in the photography lighting track and it's like view course. So this is my student back end right here. And you scroll down. So you'll see all this stuff. And then the next one, you'll see chapter 2 update, lighting fundamentals and approach. Here's chapter 2, lighting principles. And then you'll see chapter 3, lighting approach, and you'll see that these will increase. So this almost becomes like a library for you if you stay in the program long enough. And it's all practical information. So I talk about what it is and I talk about how to use it. I talk about how to guerrilla it out. What if you're set up on a situation and it changes? What do you do? So that's what's incorporated in this, and that's what makes it unique all in itself. All right, you guys, so that's the 90PT. It'll release. You can sign up at any time. You can buy the total program here. This price every year will always be the same. Your price that you buy into is your investment. It will never rise. So if you buy in next year, this price might be $440. As I become more proficient, the price gets more expensive. That's just the way it is, you guys. So, and the program will definitely get better. The teaching will get better. There's a social media component, and let me give you a quasi schedule so you guys will know. Quasi schedule. We are doing flash work all the way through December, and then towards the end of December, we go into social media because I'll be speaking on social media, and then we go into photographing landscapes and real estate. So I know a lot of you guys are interested in real estate photography. I'm going to talk about how to get into real estate very specifically. Like what are the steps? What do I need to do? I'm going to talk about how to shoot it. What do I need to do? How to use fill light, how to use electronic light, all of that kind of stuff. So that's the 90PT. Let's get up out of there. All right. We're going to get to our info in just a second. Are there any questions before we go any further? Any questions? If you guys are just tuning in, my name is Keith B. Dixon, commercial photographer all day, every day. Welcome to the Kilo Bravo Delta Zone official. This is the fancy broadcast, you guys. This would be the fancy broadcast. And here's the my live page for the actual broadcast that we do on a regular basis. As you can see, we now hit 2,000 followers, you guys. 2,000 followers. I'm blocking that. Let me switch this up a little bit. I'm blocking the view here. Let me just move myself over. Boop. How's that, huh? Technology, right? So we're at 2,000 followers. You guys, I don't typically follow a lot of people back. It's not that I don't want to. It's just sometimes people that don't broadcast and you're following, it affects how you're ranked and rated. So on certain platforms like Twitter, if you want me to follow you, I will follow you back on Twitter in a heartbeat, because that's the Twitter's designed that way. But if you're not broadcasting on here, you're not a broadcaster, typically I won't follow you back. Don't take it personal. It doesn't mean anything. I will engage you on here. So we're at the $2,000 count. 99 broadcasts. This keeps resetting. I actually have done over 2,200 broadcasts, you guys. So this is where you can find everything right here. And if you type in KeithBDixon.live, it'll take you right here to these broadcasts. So, and I generally don't delete them unless they're really like technically bad, like the audio is not functioning, whatever the case may be. So I usually leave them up, and you can find them. All you got to do is KeithBDixon.online, and that'll take you right there. Or you can just type in Periscope TV /KeithBDixon, and that'll take you there. Is this making sense for you guys? It's making sense? I'm going to close that out. Any questions before we go? All right. Here's another way you can sign up for the 90PT. And this is workshops.KeithBDixon.online. So another way you can see what's going on and sign up. This site is basically for my mentoring students. And if you're in the mentoring program, I'm going to be talking about that kind of down the road. It's not open right now, but if you're in the mentoring program, what they do is they click on this and they basically upload their assignments right here. And then we basically communicate off this site. So that's the primary purpose for it. So if you're in the mentoring program, this is our format for communicating. And if you're interested in the mentoring program down the road, it's about 18. You can sign up for the 90PT here. 90PT it's $340 right there. If you want the payment, just go to the 90PT site. But the mentoring program is $1,800. That price is going to change next year. So this is something you want to get into. And it's $1,800 if you pay up front. If you're going to make payments, it costs more because I have to manage payments. So that changes to $120 a month roughly. So that's generally what it is. It's a lot of work. Anybody that's in the program will tell you it's work, and you have to manage your life in this class along with everything else. I don't take any excuses. There it is. All right, I'm going to close that out. So is that making sense for you guys? Is that informative? Is that some information you guys can use? Because this information that I'm about to talk about, my opinion on this information is going to be pretty spot on. So drop in a Wi-Fi if we're doing okay right now. We're doing put in a Wi-Fi for me if you're doing okay and you're excited about these new features from Adobe, you guys. I mentioned in the title, hey, look, if you don't have a website, your money's tight, whatever the case is, this could be one of the best options on the planet right here, you guys. So look here, Adobe just came out. Let me close off some of these tabs. Adobe just came out with Adobe CC Classic, you guys. And you can go to their website. Here it is right here, the all new Adobe CC Classic. I got to tell you, I went through and read this. And one of the things that I love about this, even for myself, is I have a big collection or catalog of images. I want to get them to my website and out in front of people as quickly as possible. They're already organized on my desktop, and I'm going to switch screens here for a quick second. They're already organized on my desktop, you guys. And here's the beauty in this. Oh, wrong one. Here's the beauty in this. And I'm going to show you just kind of like a synchronized version of my master catalog. This is not the actual catalog. This is a synchronized version of it. So if I'm on the road and I need to pull up my version of my master catalog, this is what I do. So I'm going to switch screens back and show you this. So here's this is off of my MacBook Air, and on here are, and this, it's not totally synced right now, it's basically my portfolio, and it's broken down into categories. So if we go down here to collections, you'll notice there's architectural, black and white, um, editorial, Instagram. So you guys, I have a synced Instagram collection of photos that I pick from every single day, and that's how I'm able to do it so quickly because I'm literally doing it off of my phone. So I have my phone, and I go to Light. I basically log in to Spark, access my Lightroom catalog that you see right here, and I'll pick out a photo and write something inspirational about it. And all I'm doing is I'll sit down once a week and add photos to this. Right now it's up to about 130 different photos, and you can regurgitate those photos. You just change the message. You guys are probably familiar with, like, you probably, if you're in my Instagram, if you were in there today, you probably saw this photo right here. How many of you guys actually saw this photo? Put in a Wi-Fi for me if you saw this photo in my Instagram. I literally pulled it out of my Lightroom collection into Instagram, wrote a quote, and boom. Now, I added this photo probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It is a sad photo. And I ended up, if you read the posting, I actually photographed this guy. I used to work for the YMCA, and they had this men's basketball program to get people off the streets. And I used to go in and take photos of those guys playing basketball, and then we do team photos. And the guy that actually got shot here was on one of the basketball teams. So I was out on I was doing a photo walk with some students, and I just walked by and I saw this, and one of the students said, "Oh, so-and-so got shot here." And I was like, whoa. It's like, that name sounds familiar. And then everything just kind of clicked in. So as you can see, this photo is synced. And then maybe you saw this photo next. Remember this one? Well, this is actually just right next to me. So this was a divider in the street. So I made that photo with the cross, the shadowy cross, and then did basically a 360, saw this, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of that because I'm going to be able to use that in some kind of way. I didn't know. I just saw dead end, and after seeing somebody that had got shot right there, and I saw dead end, I just put it together. I didn't know I was going to be using this for an Instagram photo. I did this back in 2015, you guys. So there it is. And then here are my keywords right here. So if I'm going to keyword it, I just hit it, my 2012 or my 2212. And that's pretty much how I do it. So some of the photos you're going to see coming up in my Instagram feed, like this one right here. You guys haven't seen that. This is actually up north and near Fort Bragg, California. So you'll see that. And the way you guys have seen a lot of these photos already, but you haven't seen this one right here. So I haven't posted that one. LA. So here's my LA photo. This is pretty, if you watch a lot of reality TV, you'll see this in a lot of shots. And San Francisco. So these are a lot of photos, and what I do is I just pull them out of my collection. And then there's some landscape photos. Thank you. Yeah, light trails they are super awesome. And then you guys, this is Puerto Rico. We're not going to be able to go this year. Normally we go at least every year or every other year. We're not going to be able to make it, so I'm kind of missing out on that. But this is Puerto Rico, and my wife's cousin actually went this year, and then also have portraits that are synced. I don't know if you guys remember, or even if you're familiar with the Globetrotters. This is Tea Time. She played for the Globetrotters. She was married to this guy who was on TV. I photographed her for a long time, for a lot of campaigns, Adidas, and just all kinds of stuff. So this is Tea Time. And tech companies. This is actually one of my favorite photos right here, you guys. So as you can see, I've got a whole host of photos, and they're syncing. They're not all synced up now, but they're syncing because I just downloaded the new program. So what does this all mean? If I need to get to these photos, doesn't matter what device I'm on, iPad, phone, I can get to them. And that's what I love about this. If someone says, hey, can you show me your portfolio real quick? I can say, yeah, go to my website, but I keep this far more updated than my actual website. So if a client came to me and said, hey, can you send me a link to your work? I can shoot them this link right over. And here's the beauty. I got to show you guys this because this is some amazing stuff right here. Hang on just a second. Not only do you get the syncing features, and you can go through and watch the video, and Terry White has some videos on why this is super dope in terms of what it does. But here's what I like about it. If you don't have a website, but you have the ability to organize your photos in a way that can represent you well, you can use this and send a client a link. It looks just like a website, you guys. And there's some live examples on here of that. Here are the super features, so the new features, and it's just more technical stuff in terms of what it does. It's faster. It's definitely a lot faster. And then there's this feature. Let me see if I got it in here. Portfolio. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Let me get to the portfolio part. So Adobe Portfolio. Let's look at Classic. Let's look at the video. So who better to explain it than themselves? So here's what I like about this product, you guys. It is going to save you money.
The latest release of Lightroom Classic CC has improved speed and performance to address the needs of our community. Many actions take less time than ever, from launching the application to switching between the library and develop modules and moving from photo to photo in the develop loop view. Importing photos is also faster, a real benefit to sports and wedding photographers looking to quickly select the best images from. We've also added color and luminance range masking tools to make precise color and tone-based selections. With luminance masking, use the adjustment brush, radial, or graduated filters to define a rough mask. Then choose luminance masking and refine the selection using the range and smoothness slider. The same process applies to color range masking. You can use the color range selector to choose colors on the image to refine the selected mask. These are just some of the enhancements in Lightroom Classic CC.
Is that dope? I mean, those are real technical features, you guys. I don't think I could have explained it that well because I don't use those features. But no, it's $9 still, which is pretty amazing, you guys. And it comes with portfolio. I think I accidentally closed the portfolio tab. Let me just pull it up. Here it is. Here's what I love about it the most, because if you don't have a website and you're not really good at designing one, all you have to do is be really good at organizing your photos and you get this free. Like, man, they trumped me. I don't even like saying that word, Trump, but hey, they one-up me on the word free. Look at all these features, man. For $49 a month, you get everything that Adobe offers, just about. Like, literally, if you're trying to produce a lot of your own stuff, like your own videos, you can get Premiere, you can get Muse if you're trying to do your own website. All that. I mean, I don't know why you would, but you can do it. And with Portfolio, you don't even have to design anything. It's just crazy. And it's free with the subscription. So this is mine. So it goes in and this looks just like Spark. And here's where I'm going with this. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited about this. Spark has allowed me to not only post on Instagram, but post like a beast on Instagram, because posts Spark will access my images. I don't have to think about the design. It helps. All it does is, and it does just that. It sparks my creativity. This is the same thing, right? But portfolio. So all my collections that I have here, watch this. All of these collections that I have here, I can organize those into small portfolios on this page, right? And it's already done. Like, let's say this Instagram is a lot of different photos, but let's say I wanted to organize, let me see, portraits synced. Let's say I wanted to organize these portrait photos. I wanted to put that online for clients to see. I could literally just update it in a snap, right? Just by dragging some new photos in there, and boom, it's done. Send it to the client, right? It's so simple, man. They're gonna rock the house. And let me show you guys this. So here's my desktop, right? And usually when I do a photo shoot, what I do is I'm gonna take you to I'm gonna show you my file structure here. Where are we at? Broadcast files, 90 PT. Okay, so here's a shoot that I did just recently, you guys. This was yesterday. So I did this shoot yesterday, and I want you to look at my file structure. You see where it says finals? You know what I typically do if I like the work and I think it represents what I do? I pull out a couple images and I'll put use. I'll create a folder just like this. So new folder, and then I'll type in the word use just like that. And I'll drag in a couple folders or photos like this. So let me show you. So 545, I don't know what 545 is, but I'll drag it into there, so I'll have these photos in use. I don't know where that went. Let me undo that. So I'll drag photos into here, and then I will sync that photo, or I'll basically sync that photo into my Lightroom master, right? Once I get those folders in there, I'll move it into a category, and then what'll happen is I'll develop a whole entire folder of some of the best images that I have. They'll be right there, and then if I want to use them, all I do is, so if you look at collections right here, right, I'll have some folders right here. See where it says pictures? So I'll sync that use file into here, so you'll see where, because it's sometimes I'll have them in different places, so it'll say used. And all I do is I take those and I drag them into, I have on my master, I have a bunch of the same file structure just like this, but it's folders. I'll drag it into the folder, and then if I like it enough, I'll just drag it in here, sync it, and boom, I'm done. Like, it is, that is so easy to do, you guys. It is just amazing. Is this making sense for you? And what I want to do is I want to prompt thought. And the thing that I like about it the most is it's cost saving. They are going to basically kill the game, you guys. They are going to kill the game with this. I see exactly where Adobe is going. And I remember I was talking to Terry, I think it was a couple months ago. We were driving over to my son's house, and he said Adobe's got some great stuff coming up. It's going to be game changing. And I was thinking, what could be game changing? They already innovated the whole subscription based thing. Like, what could be? And now I see it, just the portfolio, Lightroom, and the way that it renders and works. They're basically saying if you shoot great images right out of your camera, you can make the adjustments that you need to make in Lightroom and get your photos out. So this is going to streamline your profitability if you use it correctly. You will spend less time editing and more time doing other things that you want to do that are a lot more exciting. Is this making sense for you? Guys, drop in 8.8 for me if this is making complete sense for you, and then we're going to get up out of here. 8.8. And then I'm going to pause for some questions. 8.8. 1.8. So now you guys see how, and I showed you a brief workflow of how I use my photos to basically update my Instagram on a regular basis. So if you're watching, that should prompt some ideas for you. This is, yeah, I'm seeing that with my decent photos from this. Yep. So it's a lot of work. Marilyn, what's up? So this is where we are, you guys. This is where we are. Now watch this. I gotta show you this. You see this photo right here? See that photo right there? Now I loaded that because I shot that on the 4th of July and learned a lot from Sean. Yes. In Honolulu, you guys. So that was photographed in Honolulu, and I'm gonna say something like explode through your life. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking, and then I'll go in and drop that into Spark, put some text in. Spark analyzes the colors, comes up with the best combination. Boom, you're off. Joe, what are some of the things that you learned from Sean? You mentioned you learned a lot from Sean. Like, share some of that with us really quick. What have you learned? Like, just give us a 1-word, 2-word. What have you learned? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're. I think they're in New Jersey. Yes. Yeah. Hodge is definitely a super dope marketer for sure. Super dope. I mean, they're doing the rebrand city. So, yes. Patience. Yes, it does. It takes a lot of patience to basically work your small business, but you have to do every little thing right. That's the key. So if you're gonna do whatever you're doing, you have to do every step as correctly as possible. And if you make a mistake, I'm gonna say, so what? In terms of it being a mistake, don't harp on it. Learn from it. So that's what I would say. Any questions before we dive out of here, you guys? Any questions before we go? I hope you guys are enjoying setting up shoot. Yep. Take your time, because your adrenaline is going. That's the thing. Your adrenaline is going, and you start cutting out steps. Hope you guys are enjoying these images that are popping up. These are a lot of images I photographed. So if you're super brand new and you're like, what does your work look like? You want to see it right on the screen. There it is. Yes, Work Smart just signed up to be a, yep, thank you. Go out and shoot as many images as possible. If they get rejected, look at the reason why they were rejected. Don't get heartbroken, right? Because remember, they want to sell your image for that $89, right? People are going to buy quality images. So if it doesn't work, look at why it doesn't work and make that correction, reshoot it, and then resubmit it. Because you're not going to always be perfect, and not every image is going to be accepted. The other thing that I would say is look through Adobe Stock and see what type of images are being represented there, and shoot images that are close to that. So you don't have to shoot images like that, but shoot images close to it. So if you see that there are a lot of editorial, landscapes, even car bumpers. I went on there and I saw car bumpers. I was like, oh, okay. So that kind of works. Think like a marketer. If you were a marketer buying photos, what would you want to see? And that would be the advice I would give you. Any other questions before we dive out of here? Any other questions before we dive out of here? All right. Thank you for watching, you guys. Check out Adobe Portfolio. It is included with the subscription, the new Adobe Classic. Most of the changes are technical, but the integration with Portfolio and the cloud-based is phenomenal. You guys, it's going to be a money saver. If you have a website, great. You don't need to You know, you don't need to really do anything. But if you're looking for a way to just stay updated, and maybe you don't have a website and you don't, really have the resources to do one, this is a great alternative. It works. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. How was the scope tonight? How was the scope tonight? The quality. I'm interested in the quality of the scope. How was the quality of the scope tonight, you guys? From 5 being the highest, 1 being lowest. Put in the number you feel the scope was in terms of value for you, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me see. The feedback here. 2 days ago, didn't have. Yep. So this could help you. This could help you right here. This could really, really, and this is why I got so excited about this. And Terry, he wouldn't tell me anything, and he was like, "Just believe me, it's going to be revolutionary in terms of just how it's going to affect the industry." You guys, for $9 a month, they're giving you all of this, and people, they want simplistic types of viewing platforms. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have a lot of stuff. Portfolio is dope. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to even. I'm thinking about my integration at this point and workflow. So if I'm out somewhere and I need to show somebody something on an iPad, I can pull it up ASAP. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Thank you guys for listening, and I really appreciate you. If you want to learn the in-depth part of this, go to Terry White's tech blog. He has a tech community. He has a ton of videos on YouTube. Check them out. Julianne Koss would be the other person I'd recommend. Check them out. They make, Terry's a photographer. He really is. He's really dedicated to photography, and he's also very good at understanding how things need to be applied. So Julianne Koss, same thing. She makes photographs, and she's a great presenter of this information. So those are the two. Go there, right? I just gave you the reason and the opinion as to what I think this is going to be. And I'm not one of those kind of people that get excited about technology just because it sounds good. It's got to really be a reason for it. Yes, he will. He's very good at that. So, you guys, this is the wave I see coming, right? Matter of fact, you might even drop your website at this point because you're going to realize maybe you don't really need it. And you can deliver images out of here to a client. That's the other thing. So, all right, you guys. Thank you for listening. I will see you. Oh, Deb, what's up? Are you logging back on? You guys have a good night. And if you're watching a replay, thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon.